Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Okay, the video of today will be something dedicated to people that want to start carving. Okay, so I will list some advice based on the experience I had when I started carving. So the first thing I would like to say is that carving doesn't need particular artistic skill like for example drawing. If you are not good at drawing, yes, you can carve. It's not strictly related. So what I like to say is that if you are not able to draw anything like me, you can anyway start carving. Okay, it's not needed because you can use for example already you can use design downloaded from internet. So you can use drawing. There is plenty of websites that are plenty of drawing that you can download, or you can also while you are carving also keep reference point to understand proportion, and obviously you should not start carve a very complicated object, but simple object that you can also redraw as many times as you want. For example, one good point where you can start is start carving geometric figure. Okay, so creating for example some decoration pattern, and this will help you in keeping confident during the carving process. Okay. So I would like to first say that sometimes when you look at YouTube videos of famous woodcarver, you see in the background plenty of tools. So the first things that comes into the mind is that maybe wood carving is an expensive object. It can be, yes, because as you start carving and then your desire to carve and do more and more complicated object, or maybe also create some work on some project that require high precision, maybe yes, require some tools that can be expensive. For example, you start carving, then you also want to start turning, so you need a lathe, and the lathe can be expensive. Or you don't want to go to every time you go to a woodworker to make some cuts on the wood you buy. So maybe you will also start thinking to buy a bandsaw. Yes, so but this is something that will happen in the future, or as your passion to wood carving increase. But for start wood carving, so give to the wood carving hobby a chance to you is not expensive. Okay, because everything you need is just a knife, okay, like this one, and a chisel, okay, a straight chisel like this, and with those two tools you are done. You can start carving. Okay, then another thing is because carving needs sharpened tools, obviously you have to buy this kind of stone that allow you to make sharpen edge on your tools. Okay, so this is a Japanese stone. It's made of 3 pieces that are that start from more rough grain to very smooth grain to sharp the edge. Okay, it is not really expensive. Okay, and with this you are done. So you have all the tools you need to start carving. So I think that with depends on which country you live with. So with some dollar or with some euro you can start carving. Okay, then obviously, but it's not a tool, is a material, you need the wood, but the wood can be bought for a few amount of money in from some woodworker or sawmill. So you need a piece of wood. Maybe start with soft wood that are lime, pine, or now this is lime. Okay, that with a sharpened tool you can start really fast to carve. Okay, so this is now not a tutorial on how cut wood. Okay, but this is the important thing, that you those are the tools and the material that you need to start carving. That's all. Okay. Then another thing is, when I started carving, I also went to a store, no? The one that sell tools and hardware for housework, and they had some tools to carve wood. They are very cheap, so don't buy these, because you just need to spend a little bit more for one tools, then waste your money spending less money for maybe 3 or 4 knives that are just garbage, because they are not of high quality. Okay, so this is an advice that when you are buying something, buy it by the highest quality. If you are not able to buy the highest quality, medium highest quality, don't buy it. Okay, because otherwise the tool will not satisfy your expectation, and maybe can also be dangerous. Okay, because those tools are sharpened. Okay, if they are cutting well, you don't need to apply much strength to cut the wood. If they are not sharpened, or if they are not good tools, you need to push against the wood, and maybe the tool slip, and maybe can also hurt you. Okay. Then the other thing is what can I carve? Okay, there are a lot of websites, as I already said, like Pinterest, or maybe if you Google looking for some drawing, you will find plenty of subs. So basically, where to find inspiration, it depends on what you like to carve. Okay, so for example, I like very much carving animals, or do some sign. like here, or also carve flowers. It depends on your feeling, okay? And on this, another advice is carve only what you like, okay? Because this is a hobby, is nothing that force you to carve something that you don't like. Because, for example, I had sometime some friends asking me to carve a logo or something else, and I didn't like to carve it. And so if you don't like to carve something, you get bored quickly, and the result will be not good, as you were carving something you are really interested in. Okay, so this is a hobby. This is something that you need to like. No, is not a job. Okay, so on the job you are asked to do something even if you are not really like the task they are assigning, but this is a hobby. So this is something that you need to work happy and relaxed and enjoy the project you are working on. Okay. And the other thing is, because I wrote down some notes to just remember the point that I would like to touch, is learn carving. So I started by myself. So I started looking around, buying books. So books are a great resource, especially to start, and also understand how, for example, handle the tools, okay? Because you need to understand the way you can cut the wood, so you have to cut along the grain, or the way to handle chisel, okay, avoiding the chisel go into your fingers, okay? That is really sharp, so it cuts really easy, and so you can start by yourself by reading some books, looking at some YouTube videos, and you will reach some let me say level of ability in carving. Then I think that there is a jump that you should do to go to the next level, okay? And this can be achieved by sharing your carving with other people. So I was lucky because I had a carving school here that I attend in the evening, twice a week, for 3 years, okay? But was more a way to work with more experienced people that can drive you and keep you on the correct path and correct habits to when you carve, okay? So I think that there are plenty of this school or club or so on that is easy to find someone that has more experience, that is happy to share with you some advice on woodworking and so on, okay? So basically those are the advice to start carving, and I hope that many of people would start carving, because it's a really nice hobby, and is something that really relax yourself when you need. For example, I am a software developer for job, so I mostly use my brain instead of my hands. But after a week of work, I'm really happy to start carving, just to relax my brain, start with my hands and recharge me a little bit by relaxing doing wood carving. Okay, so enjoy wood carving, and thank you for watching and subscribing. Cheers!